Amerika sa war in the Middle East. Ayan po, breaking news dito sa Philippine Daily Inquirer. Sinisiraan yung Amerika po. Sabi dyan, breaking news. China said on Thursday that US and Israeli strikes on Iran were the root cause of the Strait of Hormuz blockade. At tulad ng China na siyang nag-armas ng Iran, pinapadaan nila. Ngayon, matalino itong si Trump. Sabi ni Trump, ayaw ninyong tumulong yung mga European countries. Kayo dependent dyan Dumadaan dyan yung mga petroleum ninyo. Ito na. We're going to bring Iran back to the Stone Ages where they belong. Trump again threatened that if Iran does not reach a negotiated settlement with him, the United States would hit each and every one of their electric generating plants. Attacks on civilian energy infrastructure.
Nagpapagang mga balita at pagtalakay sa mga isyu ng lipunan. Bulsa! Opinyon, banat at paglalantad sa katotohanan. Bulsa! What you see is what you get. You decide.
Ito po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. Nagpakalat po ng fake news, black propaganda yung China laban sa Amerika ngayon. Breaking news po, sinisiraan po yung Amerika sa war in the Middle East. Ayan po, breaking news dito sa Philippine Daily Inquirer. Sinisiraan yung Amerika po. Sabi dyan, breaking news. China said on Thursday that US and Israeli strikes on Iran were the root cause of the Strait of Hormuz blockade. After US President Donald Trump called on affected countries to seize the key waterway. Sabi po ng China, the root cause anya of interruptions to navigation through the Strait of Hormuz is the United States and Israelis illegal military operations against Iran. Beijing Foreign Ministry spokesman Mao Ning told a news conference when asked about Trump's comments. Kayong naniniwala yan kay Mao Ning? Yan din mga kababayan yung siging panira sa atin dito sa issue ng West Philippine Sea. Puro kasinungalingan yung kanilang pinapakalat. Puro black propaganda kasi gusto nilang angkinin mga kababayan yung West Philippine Sea. Maniwala kayo dyan. Binabaliktad nila yung Israel at saka yung Amerika. Ayan o. The US leader said on Wednesday that countries that receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of the passage, urging them to just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Ang sabi po ni Trump, napakalinaw kasi ayaw tumulong yung NATO at malamang umalis na po si Donald Trump bilang member ng NATO. Bala na din niya kayo sa buhay ninyo kasi yung bansa ninyo ayaw man ninyong ipagamit sa amin. Hindi man kayo yung sinasabihan namin na umatake kasama namin. Pagamit lang ninyo yung inyong military base para madali lang sa amin yung pag-atake laban sa Iran. Ayaw tumulong. Kaya sabi ni Trump, nainis si Trump, di bala niya kayo, kami hindi man apektado dito sa Amerika. Kaya namin itong tapusin in just 2 weeks or maybe 3, sabi ni Trump. Kayuan niya yung may pangangailangan sa Strait of Hormuz. Ito kasing China, barkada ng Iran. Kaya ganyan yung sinasabi nila. Sila kasi mga kababayan, libre yung kanilang mga barko. Kasi barkada na makapaghakot ng petroleum galing sa Iran, inaalaw ng Iran kasi nga barkada. At saka yung China yung nag-armas kasi masama ang loob ng China mga kababayan. Kasi sila yung nag-armas ng Iran. Kaya lang yung mga armas na diniliver nila sa Iran, paso. Hindi umubra po sa Amerika at saka sa Israel. Paso. Hindi na proteksyonan yung Iran. Naubos yung mga opisyal kasama si Ali Khamenei. Kaya masama ang loob. Sinisiraan ngayon yung Amerika. Apektado na kasi sila ngayon. Kasi sabi ni Trump, bahala niya kayo, kumuha kayo ng oil ninyo. Kasi binablock, ang nagbablockade po, ang nagbablockade sa Strait of Hormuz, Iran. Pag hindi niya kaalyado, yung mga bansa na dumadaan, hindi nila kaalyado, binubomba yung mga barko, pang teroristang kaisipan po. Pero pag kaalyado nila, tulad ng Iran na siyang nag-armas ng, tulad ng China na siyang nag-armas ng Iran, pinapadaan nila. Ngayon, matalino itong si Trump. Sabi ni Trump, ayaw ninyong tumulong yung mga European countries. Kayo dependent dyan Dumadaan dyan yung mga petroleum ninyo, yung mga cargo vessels ng petroleum. Bala nga niya kayo sa buhay ninyo. Di kayo ang kumuha. Wala na kaming paki. Biglang nag-react po yung China. Isinisi sa Amerika na ang dahilan daw ng blockade sa Strait of Hormuz, si Trump at saka yung Israel. Malinaw na ang nagbablockade dyan yung Iraq. Ang sabi ni Trump, kami anya may supply na petroleum may sarili kami. Pwede niya kayong bumili sa amin. O kung gusto niya ninyo, bala kayo, kuhain ninyo ang petroleum ninyo dyan sa Strait of Hormuz. Tingnan natin kasi ayaw kayong tumulong sa amin. At ngayon, ang banta ni Trump mga kababayan, in 2 to 3 weeks, we will going to bring Iran back to the Stone Ages where they belong. Inabaliktad po ng China, napakasinungaling. Sinisiraan po si Trump. Unang-una mga kababayan, hindi po yung Amerika at Israel ang nagsimula ng giyerang ito. Ang giyerang ito ang nagsimula po Iran mismo 47 years ago. Ngayon gustong tulukan ni Trump kasi wala lakas ng loob yung mga previous US President. Si Barack Obama, for example, imbes na labanan yung Iran mga kababayan, sinuport pa, pinunduhan pa no nuclear program ng Iran. Ganon din si Biden, yung mga Democrats ng Amerika. Kaya galit si Trump. Hindi niya kami ang nagsimula nito. 47 years, yun ang sinisigaw na Iran against America and Israel. Death to Israel, death to America. Ibasahin ko sa inyo ito po. Column ng isang war writer, author, para maituwid natin yung history mga kababayan. Kasi pinilit-pilipit ang katotohanan ng mga kalaban ng Amerika tulad ng China sa pamamagitan ng papakalat ng propaganda laban sa Amerika at saka sa Israel. So i-share ko sa inyo itong commentary, analysis po ng isang magaling na war writer, dating US military officer, army officer, si John Spencer. Yan Iran's war on the United States did not start yesterday. Operation Epic Fury, United States military action against Iran. Para po hindi tayo maloko ng mga propaganda ng China. So sabi dito, Iran started a war against the United States in 1979. 47 years ago. Ang Iran ang naglunsad ng giyera laban sa Amerika at saka sa Israel. After na, mga kababayan, patalsikin yung Shah of Iran. Yan ang history niya. It has never stopped, sabi po niya. That is not rhetorical flourish, it is historical fact. Niloloko po tayo ng China. Niloloko ng China yung mundo para kumampi sa kanila. Di ba? Tinitwist niya yung history. Pinapalabas, traitor yung Iran. Yung Iran po ang sponsor ng terrorism sa buong mundo. Kaya nagkakagulo po sa Middle East. So sabi niya, on November 4, 1979, Iranian militants seized the US Embassy in Tehran and held 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. That was not a protest, it was a declaration. The newly established Islamic Republic defined itself in opposition to the United States and built its foreign policy around confrontation with America and its allies, lalo na po yung Israel. Since then, the pattern has been consistent. Kaya huwag ninyong sisihin yung Israel, huwag ninyong sisihin yung Amerika, kasi ang nagsimula ng giyerang ito, Iran. Laging sinisigaw po ni Ali Khamenei nung una pang si Ruhollah, yung unang leader. Death to Israel, death to America. Ang tingin nila sa Israel, the little Satan. Ang Amerika, ang tingin nila mga kababayan, the greater Satan. Basahin niyo yung history. In 1983, 241 American Marines were murdered in the Beirut barracks bombing. An attack carried out by Hezbollah, ang tag-sponsor ng Hezbollah, kalaban ng Israel. Mga kababayan, terrorist organization, ang sponsor niyan, Iran. With Iranian backing, it remains one of the deadliest single days for the Marine Corps since World War II. Matindi yung pinagagawa ng Iran sa Amerika. During the Iraq War, Iranian-backed militias killed 603 U.S. service members, according to Pentagon assessments. Iranian-supplied explosively formed penetrators tore through American armored vehicles. I know this personally kasi sabi ni ng author, dati siya army officer. Siya yung author ng binabasa ko, John Spencer, War Scholar, Chair of War Studies, Madison Policy Forum. John Spencer is a retired United States Army officer, researcher of urban warfare, and author. He currently serves as the Chair of Urban Warfare Studies. So isang credible person to speak kasi experience niya mismo. Dati siyang military officer ng Amerika. Alam niya mismo yung history kasi parte siya ng history. Kaya sabi ni John Spencer, I know this personally. My soldiers and I faced those weapons. Kasama siya sa operation. These were not isolated incidents. They were part of a deliberate strategy by Tehran to attack American forces. Walang karason-rason. Gusto lang nilang pagpapatayin yung mga Amerikano. So, kung ikaw yung leader ng Amerika, anong gagawin mo? Di ba? Parang yung mga kalaban ng Israel, walang karason-rason, lumulusob na lang, mga kababayan, tulad ng nangyari noong October 7. Concert yun, ilang yung namatay. Kaya may gira po kasi may mga terrorist minds, terrorist organization na ang laging sinisigaw, death to Israel, death to America. So sabi niya dito, the campaign never ended, it evolved. In January 2020, Iran fired ballistic missiles at US bases in Iraq. More than 100 American service members were later diagnosed with traumatic brain injuries. Matindi po. Between October 2023 and early 2024, Iranian-backed militias conducted more than 170 attacks on US forces in Iraq and Syria. Assassination plots targeting senior American officials have been disrupted on US soil. The regime's reach is not theoretical. Maging si Trump, muntika na si Trump nung kampanya, hindi pa siya presidente. Nung kampanya lang, yung tinamaan siya rito, ang tag-sponsor noon, ang mastermind mga kababayan, si Ali Khamenei, Iran. So malinaw, mga kababayan, ang history. So sabi niya rito, for 47 years, the Islamic Republic has targeted Americans directly or through proxies. At the same time, Iran has steadily advanced its nuclear program and expanded its ballistic missile arsenal. It has enriched uranium to levels far beyond civilian energy requirements. It has developed longer-range missile systems. With a clear ambition of extending its deterrent and coercive reach, these capabilities are not defensive in nature. They are designed to threaten regional stability, intimidate neighbors. Yan ang objective niya. And eventually hold broader targets at risk. Diplomacy has been attempted repeatedly over decades. Negotiation, sanctions, relief, inspection, back-channel talks. The theory was that integration or incentive would moderate behavior. Hindi po nangyari. Binigyan ng pera, bilyon-bilyong dollars ni Obama. Kaya biniblame po si Barack Obama. Imbis gamitin sa kanilang nuclear energy program, yung sa electricity po, ibinili ng mga armas para i-develop yung nuclear weapon, nakita ninyo, to threaten Israel and America. So lumalabas, pinunduhan ni Barack Obama yung nuclear program ng Iran. Yun ang nangyari. Kaya galit si Trump. Pero sabi dito, the theory was not integration or incentive would moderate behavior. The historical record shows otherwise. While talks proceeded, Iran continued to fund Hezbollah, Hamas, Shia militias in Iraq, in the Houthis doon sa Yemen. It continued to refine missiles. It continued enrichment. It continued attacks on Americans. At some point, a pattern must be acknowledged for what it is. Under Article 2 of the Constitution, the President of the United States is the Commander-in-Chief. That authority is not symbolic. It carries the duty to protect American lives, American forces, American assets, and American interests. When a hostile regime wages a decades-long campaign of proxy warfare, missile attacks, nuclear advancement, and assassination plots, the constitutional responsibility of the executive is clear. This is not about regime change, rhetoric. It is not about ideological transformation. It is about threat reduction and deterrence restoration. Yun ang ginagawa ni Trump. Iran's war on the United States did not begin this year. It began in 1979. Na gustong tuldukan ngayon, mga kababayan, ni Trump. Ang banta ni Trump, in 2 to 3 weeks from now, they will bring Iran back to Stone Ages. So sabi ni John Spencer, the question today is not whether that conflict exists, it is whether the United States and its history suggests that when America fails to respond decisively to sustained aggression, the aggression grows. For 47 years, Americans have been targeted. Enough is enough. Tama na. Kaya yung latest na pahayag, mga kababayan, ni Trump, ito na, we're going to bring Iran back to the Stone Ages where they belong. Trump again threatened that if Iran does not reach a negotiated settlement with him, the United States would hit each and every one of their electric generating plants. Attacks on civilian energy infrastructure are widely considered to be illegal under the laws of war and could constitute a war crime. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we are going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong, sabi po ni Trump. Hindi niya kayo madala sa mga warnings, tutuluyan na namin kayo. Dahil sa pahayag ni Trump, mga kababayan, na galit na siya sa and possibly umalis na sa NATO. Hindi na magkanda o gaga yung mga NATO countries sa panguna ng United Kingdom na dating kasangga sa mga ganitong gera ng Amerika. Ngayon hindi na. Ito na ngayon yung balita sa ABC News. UK gathers more than 30 countries to plot ways of reopening the Strait of Hormuz. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the virtual meeting chaired by Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper will assess all viable diplomatic and political measures when we can take to restore freedom of navigation. Kasi sabi ni Trump, bahala na nga kayo sa buhay ninyo. Guarantee the safety of trapped ships and seafarers and resume the movement of vital commodities. Di kayo kayo ang bahala dyan. Problema na ninyo yan. Iwan ko kayo dyan. Di kayong apektado sa freedom of navigation na hinaharang, binablockade na Iran, binobomba ng binobomba pag hindi nila kaalyado. O di bahala niya kayo kung ayaw ninyong tumulong. O di ba? Biglang na hindi na magkaunda o gaga. Naki-meeting na ngayon si Starmer. Yan sabi dito sa report ng ABC News. Iranian attacks on commercial ships and the threats of more have halted nearly all traffic in the waterway that connects the Persian Gulf to the rest of the globe's oceans, shutting a critical path for the world's flow of oil and sending petroleum prices soaring. The US is not among the countries attending Thursday's meeting. Galit si Trump Trump has said, securing the waterway is not America's job. Bahala din kayo. And told US allies, go get your own oil. Bahala niya kayo. No country appears willing to try and open the strait by force. While fighting rages in Iran can target vessels with anti-ship missiles, drones, attack craft, and mines. But Starmer said Wednesday that military planners from an unspecified number of countries will meet soon to work on how to ensure security for shipping after the fighting has stopped. In the meantime, 35 countries including the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Canada, Japan, the United Arab Emirates have signed a statement demanding Iran stop its attempts to block the strait and pledging to contribute to appropriate efforts to ensure safe passage through the waterway. Thursday's meeting is considered a first step to be followed by working-level meetings of officials to hammer out details. Tayo dito, mga kababayan, yung DFA, siyempre wala mang tayong problema sa Iranian government. Nakiusap tayo na baka pwedeng padaanin yung ating barko na kukuha ng petroleum supply sa Strait of Hormuz. Iyon ang nininegotiate ng DFA. Iran asked to designate Philippine non-hostile for Hormuz Passage, sabi ng DFA. Nakipag-negotiate po si DFA Secretary Teresa Lazaro at saka si Energy Secretary Sharon Garin with Ambassador ng Iran sa Pilipinas. Si Iranian Ambassador to the Philippines, Joseph Ismaili Sadeh. Kahapon siya na hayaan, wag bombahin, idamay yung shipment ng petroleum papunta dito sa Pilipinas. The Department of Energy is finalizing the details for the immediate transmission of information on the concerned vessels. Lazaro is expected to meet Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi on Thursday, ngayong araw, to personally secure these commitments at the highest level. Kasi hindi man tayo kasali dito sa gulo, mga kababayan. So nakikiusap tayo na yung mga barko papuntang Pilipinas na may kargang petroleum po, huwag naman sanang idamay na bombahin. Di ba po? O ngayon, sa supply ng petroleum sa atin, sabi ng ECOP, walang fuel shortage sa Pilipinas. Maraming nag-aalok. Ibig sabihin, maraming nag-aalok ng supply ng petroleum. May mga bansa na gusto tayong supplyan, mga kababayan ng petroleum. Kaya huwag tayong maalarma dito. Huwag magpanik, kalma lang. Gumagawa ng remedyo yung ating gobyerno mismo. At yung Petron, ang sabi, secured na mismo yung ating Pangulo up to June 30. 92 days of supply, mga kababayan. Assured na po tayo. So, huwag maniniwala sa mga sabi-sabi nitong China. Napakasinungaling po yung China. Sinisiraan yung Amerika. Kasi kalaban niyang Amerika at saka yung Israel. Aligned ang China sa Iran at saka sa pari-parehas ang ideology kasi nila. Saka sa Russia. Okay po, malinaw na. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless. Framing and lifting cream, pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Neng siya red mixed fruit drink. Hindi mo po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry, may anti-cancer properties. O ngayon, yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos pa? Ayos na ayos niya, Mr. Maravilla. Sa mga naghanap po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab car rental din po kami. But anyway, ito po pala yung aming bagong product na binibenta online. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Negosyo to ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Ayan po. Kontakin na lang po ninyo siya, Riz Maravillas on Facebook. Ang mga health benefits niya, boost immunity, improves digestion, enhance energy levels, packed with antioxidants, prevent cancer. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. Eye Glow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas.